Hello everyone and welcome back to yet another Destiny 2 guide video. Today we're going to be talking about the Renegades sealed title one more time because look here everybody, I found some ghost locations. I have found all 18 of the ghost locations in Renegades, and now I'd like to describe to you how this actually works, because this is a very interesting thing that it took me a while to understand why I was finding things in some places and then not finding them in others. So basically, each ghost location is based on the territories that are invading. So if you're in a contested zone, for example, you can choose which one you want to load into. Piker territory, Totality Division, Tharsis Reformation. You can choose which one you want to go up against. When in a non-contested zone, you have to hope that one of those three will show up in that rotation. The ghost locations are always the same. There are 3 ghosts hidden across each of the different Lawless Frontier activities. What territory is owned by what faction differs each time, which will affect your ghost locations appearing. I've tried this over the course of the last few days. The multiple factions overrun a zone, a similar ghost location appears, but for some reason the ghost locations are never the same for each faction. For example, I went into Hellas Fortitude one day and found a ghost location. Then another day, I went into that same one that was overrun by the same territory, and that ghost location didn't show up. I went to the same location it should have been, but it wasn't. But I went to another location where another territory was overrun, and that one had shown up instead of where it should have been. So basically there are 3 possible locations for a ghost, depending on the territories invading. And each day, that seems to change. So, regardless, I'm going to be showing you every single location of where you can find all 18 of these ghosts across the Lawless Frontier. If they don't show up, just keep trying until you get every possible territory by each of the 3 factions. So don't say that this isn't showing up in this location because I know. I'll explain it, trying to help you guys understand it, help you find these things as best as possible. This is why I'm talking about this at the beginning rather than just saying, hey, guide, no talking. So, think I talk too much? It's just how I do things. Deal with it. But anyways, let's get into this. There are 3 in Selina Morass, 3 in Artesia Mons, 3 in Hellas Fortitude, 3 in Freehold Outskirts, 3 in Adamant, and 3 in Forging Matrix. In order of how I just listed, let's get into them. Also, as a little bonus that I want to add onto the end of this video, if you go over here to the first page, you can see the optional objectives has finally been showing up on my game. When I was talking about them in my previous Renegades video, I actually got this wrong. The optional objectives that appear during the standard objectives in a mission are not the optional ones they mean. For example, here is some footage of me randomly encountering a glimmer extraction while doing one of the Lawless Frontier activities. My current objective was far on the other side of the map, and I went over here searching around for ghosts, for tape locations, and I ended up actually finding the optional objective instead. These are fairly rare to find, and I have only found one of them so far, so just keep that in mind when you're going for these later. But that's a little bit of a bonus for you guys. Hope this guide was interesting, helpful, and enjoyable to watch. I'm going to try and do what I can to put together a guide for all the tape locations in Renegades. I've found 9 of them so far. I don't know where the rest would be, but I'm working on it. So I'll see you guys in the next one.